Greetings all and welcome to week 2. Thank you for participating and sharing and engaging. I've been getting a lot of great information. I really enjoyed doing the clearing calls with everybody and learning what was important to you, what your goals are, what you want to impact in the next 90 days. It gives me a great piece of information to know how to deliver the best possible value in this process. So today I'm going to share with you a little bit more updates on what's happening, where to go next with this process. So we're going to go into the domestic athlete guiding principle number 2. I'll give you some more examples on how this works. And then we're going to get into a task. What is the next task for the week? So first of all, the update, we're up to about over 15 or 16 people now. We just added someone from Costa Rica, so welcome to the group. The questions and the goals have been interesting. Thank you for asking questions because it gives me a focus, a way to direct what I could share with you. And I'll post the answers to those questions to the group on the Thursdays. So that really keeps me going and keeps me on the right purpose and aligned with what it is we want to achieve, and to make sure that you're still on the path that you need to be on. So thank you for that, and by all means, keep asking questions. Where do we go next with this? So we've been setting goals. We've been hopefully working with a buddy or telling somebody about what we're doing. And secondly, we've been observing our lifestyles along with the 15-minute per day exercise, the 10-day discipline. I started mine on Sunday as well. My 15-minute discipline is to allow myself 15 minutes to work on my hips and lower back, because my lower back has been bugging me in the last little while. I just devote 15 minutes to taking care of it. So, and it's already starting to change and shift, which is a big step for me in moving forward in my new workout program. So what's next for all of you? What's next for us? So the second domestic athlete guiding principle is, I call support health first, okay? So this is a foundational building principle or step. So if you wanted to squat 400 pounds, or if you wanted to get a higher vertical jump, or if you want to lose 25 pounds and get ripped and shredded, or get your upper body buff, or whatever it is, there has to be some sort of foundation built first in order to apply all these more high performance variables or measurable outcomes, so that we have a way of making sure that it's sustainable and that we're getting a result that doesn't send us down in a direction that could result in an injury or send us off our path. So last thing we want is to be sidelined. The idea is to get more involved and get more into it, moving towards your goals. So supporting health first is considering your rest, your nutrition, your mobility, movement patterns, all these different things. But it's one step at a time, and it's meant to be simplified in an easy way, because if we're not having fun and we're getting overwhelmed and stressed, then we're doing it wrong, right? So how do we do this in a very simple and easy way to apply? So in a 3-step 90-day process, when I work with people, usually I call the first phase the messy room. Okay, so the messy room is basically, for the last several months, your room has been super busy, super messy, and you haven't been able to get any reading done. You haven't been able to create new projects. You haven't been able to do the things that you wanted to do. You're not even sleeping very well because the room's stressing you out. So you ask for help. So I come in to your room with you, and we're standing in the middle of the room. It's a complete mess, okay? You ask me, what do I do first? Where do I go first? And I say, well, I don't know. What do you see? What do you see in front of you? You know, maybe we notice a book is on the desk. Okay, does that book go there? Does it go somewhere else? That book goes on the shelf. Okay, so that book goes up on the shelf. There's some more books that go on the shelf. There's some other items on the floor. That sock goes in the laundry. All of a sudden, before you know it, we're in action and we're putting things back where they're supposed to go. You know, after a couple hours, the room's organized and clean. Okay, this is the foundation of which you can start creating and performing more at your best in life. Okay, so You're probably sleeping better now. You're getting some reading done. Things are getting done in your living space now that it's more organized. So that's what we're doing in this second step. After we've been gathering the information in the last week by observing our behaviors and the way our lifestyle is playing out almost automatically, we're now taking charge of it because we're now aware of what's aligned with our goals and what's not so much aligned with our goals. So with building this foundation, it's like building a solid structure of which to start adding things to that's going to last and hold together as we build in towards what we want to do towards the end of the year. As opposed to having, like, say, a house of cards that can come up really quickly, but easily with the change of wind or some vibration can knock down. So we want to build a solid foundation so we can start moving forward and staying on the path. So what is the task for the week? How do we apply support health first as a task, as an actionable task for the week? I would recommend looking at what is most obvious from your observation exercise, looking at your lifestyle. What is the most obvious thing that you can add or subtract to your lifestyle? Just one thing. What's an example? For me, some time ago, I just decided that I was too relied upon coffee to wake up in the morning and to wake up again in the afternoon. I found I was just relying too much on it. So I decided to take coffee out. So I subtract coffee out, just coffee. I replaced it with green tea at the time. I went through 2 weeks of kind of like fogginess and readjusting and everything. But I had discovered that it wasn't the coffee that I needed. I realized that my nutrition needed to improve and my rest needed to improve. And I actually started napping more at the time where I was having the afternoon coffee. So my lifestyle started to change and adjust from that one thing. And it changed and compounded into more and more other things that really, that process actually went on for about 40 days. And it really helped me establish some key pillars that I give people with regards to nutrition and simplifying nutrition. So it led to so many things. Just that one thing led to so many other things happening that I use today. And that occurred like almost over 2 years ago. It applies to my life now and it applies to what I do when I'm working with clients as well. So here's the task. Add or subtract one item from your lifestyle that will help you align yourself with your goal. Feel free to shoot it over to me on Monday or Tuesday night if you have any questions. Hey Brian, what do you think about this thing? Just so you have a sounding board, or bounce it to your buddy, and let's get going on this. Usually what I'll do is, again, recommend that you try this over the course of another 10 days or up to 40 days. You can really reinforce a habit and make some real changes over the course of 40 days. So just start with 1 day at a time, consecutive days, same idea. Strengthen. The 15-minute exercise in week 1 was basically strengthening your mindset to handle a change or a discipline over a certain amount of time to allow you to be able to hold the things long enough so that you could see a result. So that's the task for the week. Choose one item to add or subtract. Just start doing it. It's 24 hours away. Get started, tell a buddy, and let's get going. Thanks a lot. Take care.